Let's talk about Sweden. Men, pay attention. It's the only country where women openly flirt with men. Yes, really. If she likes you, she'll say it. Wants your number? She'll ask. Wants a kiss? She won't wait for Valentine's Day. In Sweden, women take the lead. If you're cute, polite, and confident, they'll come up, talk to you, offer a drink, maybe even ask you to dance. No games, no stress. It's not seen as too easy, it's seen as confidence. And guess what? Men love it. They own their desires without shame. While you're still texting hey to someone ignoring you, over there, she's already making the first move. Honestly, Sweden might not just be a country, it's a dream.
When you're tossing, when you turn in your sleep.
Being called what a person biologically is now offensive. Got it.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Y'all want to talk about scams for a second? How about this scam? Fucking single motherhood. Biggest scam ever. I'm going to teach my kids that marriage matters, unity matters, stability matters, help, it matters.
A woman shared her regrets about not working harder to save her marriage now that her ex-husband is happily remarried. The 41-year-old woman shared to the True Off My Chest subreddit that she left her husband around 10 years ago, shortly after they'd had their first child together. According to this woman, there were no major issues in the marriage. She was a stay-at-home mom and had her husband wrapped around her finger. He did whatever she said, and she burnt him out. When he grew tired of her demands, she started threatening divorce. She thought she was still a great catch and that she could do better than her husband, so she left. She ended up getting joint custody of her son and the house after the divorce. Now, 10 years later, the ex-husband is happily remarried with a baby daughter and a new house. The divorced woman, on the other hand, has been unmarried ever since. She's jealous of her ex-husband's new wife, saying, "She took my husband, she took my kid, she took my life that was once mine, and now I live in an empty house." She claims she is alone and miserable and wishes she would have been a better wife 10 years ago so she wouldn't be in this situation. As you can probably imagine, not many people were very sympathetic towards this woman. "You got what you deserved and he got what he deserved," one Redditor commented. Others noted that the new wife didn't take anything from her, with one saying, "You gave it away." This woman's story may end in bitterness and guilt, but that's not the case for most divorcees. According to research derived from family law attorneys, 80% of divorcees end up remarried. While divorce is a valid option in many situations, it's not always the solution. It takes two to make things work, and many people believe this woman reaped what she sowed.
And on today's episode of Another Woman That Has Now Regretted Her Divorce. Let's go.
Hey, it's Jenna. Recently divorced and kind of figuring out this new way of life. I was married for 23 years and with that person for 3 years prior. So for a total of 26 years of my life, I have been out of the game of dating, making friends, going out, and stuff like that as a single woman in her 40s. Yeah, I'm 47. So I've raised children. My children are adult children now. And it's kind of interesting because it's so lonely at this stage in life after divorce, especially with older children, because you make all your friends when they're younger, or at least I did. I met my friends mostly through my kids' activities. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I took them to practices. I went to school, all that stuff.
Hey, it's me, Jenna. Recently divorced and trying to survive this year. I'm gonna be honest. The random things that trigger me are the craziest things. I'm sitting in my car, literally sitting in my car, trying to pull myself together because I did what any mom does, and I pulled an emergency drive to my daughter because she needed something, and drove an hour because she's at college to drop something off, and was just so thankful that I could do it for her and fit her in my schedule. And the littlest thing she said just triggered me, and this is the second time in a week that my child has triggered me without even meaning to. So we're getting ready to leave, and she's like, "Well, I'll be home because I'm going to be at the Clemson Notre Dame game because Dad's going to take us all." You think that's nothing, right? Nothing, right? And it instantly, she instantly saw a switch in me, and she's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Nothing," because I don't talk about that stuff. I don't want her to worry. So last week she says, "Oh, well, Dad said for Christmas we're gonna go to Gatlinburg and be there for the holidays and do Dollywood." That man never once ever went to Gatlinburg or Dollywood ever in his entire life before he met me. That was where my family always went. I'm from Tennessee. That's something we always did. It was a bonding thing. And now that's what he's trying to do. It's like he's taken every single tradition I've ever done and now turned it into his. Everything I've ever done. Now I find myself triggered because during the hardest time of my year last year, of me literally trying to stay alive, me dealing with all the craziness of my ex, the lying, the alienation, him calling me a whore, him having my children call me a whore. Why? Not because I did anything bad, because I wore spaghetti straps and all that. And the only way that he could use my children against me was to say I was on social media. I'm a photographer. I make silly TikToks. Honestly, I'll probably progress more with my TikToks because at first they were just pictures. But the more I was stressed, the more I hid in myself, the more I tried to survive, the more I took refuge in TikToks and finding stuff that, resonated with me. And honestly, it's the way I realized what a covert narcissist was, or how bad my abuse was, or mental abuse, or financial abuse, and all that stuff. Like, literally, TikTok has saved my life in so many ways. Who would think, Mom, we're going to Gatlinburg for Christmas, would trigger me? This man's had at least 3 vacations in the past year to, like, really nice places with my children. At least 3 that I know of, because he has them lied to me. He has them outright lied to me about so much stuff. So who knows? God knows what they've done. And then the holidays and all that. Now my triggers are, he gets to just go and take my kids to the Notre Dame and Clemson game. I wish I could do that. I can't afford to do that. Why? Because he screwed me. He lied about owning a company. And there's ways to prove it. I'm trying to be happy and show my kids that, like, life can move on. But the triggers, the random fucking triggers that have me sitting in a Quick Trip parking lot trying not to cry. Why? Because my ex has so much money. He makes more than $18,000 a month easily, or at least he did. He made almost $1 million the year before we divorced and then lied about it. He has all the money at his fingertips to do whatever he wants, to buy my children, take them on trips, take them on vacations. Why literally have the bare minimum to pay my bills on top of trying to restart a career because it was a hobby, because I was a stay-at-home mom. And now I sit here with the triggers. A fucking trigger because he's going to the Clemson Notre Dame game with my kids. I can't just randomly afford that. Hell, I can't even get them all in the same room at the same time. So I sit here, and I'm gonna get through this trigger. I'm gonna suck it up, buttercup.
So let's just be real
and
here.
I'm move on. But it's not fair. Like, it's not fair. I'm
that
pissed.
lifestyle that man was able to give you. That's really all it is. Now, on to part 2.
If she's really 47 or late 40s, she honestly looks good. Better than most 30-year-old post-Walls. Dude married a trophy wife. What she's mad about is that her ex has the leverage and she can't do anything about it. Whenever women say a man is a narcissist, it's usually projection, but it's also because the man is all that and moves with confidence. No shaming and gaslighting is gonna make him break his frame and simp. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Let's read the comments. Top comment, that face pulled tight. Someone responds, Botox and shaved eyebrows and painted in. It might be a filter. That being said, it's sad when these 304s try to stay young. It's like the balding guy who keeps that one string of hair on his head to say he still has hair. These modern women know the score, and they know the only thing they have to offer you is the bedroom. Someone points out, they are not just your kids, they are his kids too. The man is the difference maker, and if he's high value, for every one of him, there's thousands of basic thoughts like her. Remember that, gents. You're the prize, especially if you've done something with your life. Another comment, sounds like she misses the money above everything else. She can still hang out with the kids. She doesn't have to take them to fancy trips, but she could hang with them. Looks like if the guy didn't get divorced, raped, he was smart. So of course, she's going to miss the benefits of the relationship. If there was no child support or alimony, these modern women wouldn't divorce like it's a handshake.
I'm sitting in my bathroom sink because I'm going to vent to my phone. And it's so irrelevant, and I know people are going to make fun of me for this, but, like, I feel like what I need to say is, like, something that needs to be said. And and I like keep beating myself up over it, but like it's like things that are normal, and everyone thinks like I have this picture perfect life, and like I do have a good life and I love my life and I would never change it, but there's just some things that I just wish were different. Like I had a kid at 19 and I love her and I don't ever regret that, but it's like I'm now giving her a life and she's not gonna have one happy family. It's gonna be 2 households. I'm trying to hold back tears because I don't want to cry, but it's like I never was raised to do that, and it's just like I never got to experience the pregnancy with someone I love, and it's so sad because I'm so jealous of everyone who's getting engaged and having babies and be able to take on this next life, step of life, like with someone they love and do it together. Like I did it all alone, and I know that means I'm really strong, but it's like it sucks because like I never have someone to like share my memories with. I'm like I never had a gender reveal because I was too late. Like I never got to experience what pregnancy was like. Like when people ask me, it's like a slap in the face because it's like I don't know, and I just want someone to like experience that with. And with social media and stuff, it's like no one wants that anymore, and like people say they do but they don't. It's hard for me because it's like I have a kid and no one wants a kid because apparently it's just like such a bad thing to date or talk to someone who has a kid, I guess, which I never thought that was the thing because I never shamed someone like for that. And I don't know if this is like a thing single moms feel or it's just me and like am I being dramatic? I don't know. I just like beating myself up, and I just like want to be able to provide my daughter with like this amazing family and like eventually one day be a big sister because I know she deserves to have that in her life, and I don't ever like want that to not be a thing because it's what I want to, but it's like how can I do this? And I don't know what to do, and I just want to like figure out how it gets better. I have hope, and I know I have hope, and it always happens, but I don't ever want to settle.
In the video description, she wrote, "This one was real and I'll regret it, but #truth, #real, #single mom." It definitely sounds like she went to college and got her back blown out and got pregnant. There is no happy ending. Sorry, no replays or restarts. You should have saved it for marriage because no great man is gonna give you a full relationship with benefits when you didn't give him a full commitment, which includes your virginity. Bunch of modern women in the comments feeding her BS, with comments like, "You are such an amazing mom and always remember everything happens for a reason. There is a plan for you and Addison. You are an amazing woman and mother, Alex. It's okay to feel the way you do, but you will find the love you and your daughter deserve. You're an amazing mom." No, she isn't. Amazing moms don't divorce the father. Amazing women are never single. How do they know that she's amazing? They've never dealt with her personally. This is why these women love social media, because there will always be other thoughts co-signing their actions.
To this day, I can blame for how severely he screwed my life up. I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't drink anything without feeling pain, true pain. And I get blamed for feeling this way. And it is just ridiculous how someone can hurt you so much, and just expect you to move on from it and not care and just move on like as if nothing happened. And I will never wish this pain on anyone, First men, 70 to 80% of the time, I would argue in relationships, it's probably similar. Men aren't leaving, women are. So to a guy's point of view, he's going to commit to this girl. And what does he get? He doesn't get purity anymore. You know, these hoes. You know, he doesn't get youth anymore. So he doesn't get either of those things. A lot of times she already has a kid. So he's not fulfilling his mating strategy. On top of that, even if he does find a good woman that maybe has the qualities he's looking for, she was going to want him to marry her. And what does he get out of that? Oh, she can leave and take half and take my kid. And she's paid to take my kids away from me. She gets more money if she takes my children. And so from the men's point of view, they're just kind of like, F it, because like women aren't wives nowadays. And what do they get out of it?
But
like
you know,
men are logical. They're logical people. And so they're thinking, does the benefit outweigh the cost? And like, I just think as women, we have to look at ourselves and say, the benefits we bring nowadays don't outweigh the cost for.
I genuinely do not even know how to begin talking about everything. I found out about the cheating after a really bad argument that we had. And in this argument, the things that he was saying didn't really correlate with the life that we were living. The year previous to me finding out about the cheating, we were trying to start a family. And we were very happy. We were accomplishing things that we never imagined of accomplishing. So we were living a very happy life. So I don't really know where it switched to being unhappy. The argument consisted of a lot of manipulation into making me believe that me asking for the bare minimum was unheard of and disgusting and something that I should have been ashamed of. I was so ashamed that I ended up writing him a 2-page letter, begging him for forgiveness. I read him this letter. He forgave me. And he just fell asleep so soundly that I knew that there was more to it. And I decided to go through his phone. When going through his phone, I found out everything. It was right in front of me and I saw my world crumbling in front of me. It was messages between him and women. It was messages between him and his friends with screenshots of the conversations of him and women. It was voice recordings. It was Google translation because he didn't know how to say it in English. So he was translating it into English so that it could make sense when he was flirting in English. And my whole life just flashed before my eyes. It was the most traumatic thing that I could have ever experienced. And when we chose to try to make it work, I thought we were both going to work. And it wasn't. I was spending my nights praying over him and begging God and pleading with God to repair my marriage, while he was continuously lying to me and still making a fool out of me in every way possible. He was not giving me any reasons to trust him. It was just not being reciprocated, and I was fighting alone. It all hit a climax when I found out more lies and more things that he was being untruthful about and unfaithful. And he looked at me in the eyes and he told me, I do not know how to respect you. I picked up my things, I left. And the hardest part, I thought at the time, was living with him, trying to repair my marriage while he just discarded me like trash. But in reality, it was restarting my life and from scratch. And it was very hard. And I made these videos not to post or for clout. I made them because I needed to heal. I needed to have something to hold on to and grasp and tell myself, you're going to be okay and you're going to look at these and you're going to be fine. And that's exactly what this is. And it ends up that I'm not alone. And there have been many other women who, or men too, that are coming out and saying like, this has happened to me as well and worse. It's shit. It's a shit process. It hurts. It's painful, but you grow and you get better. And while someone can destroy a part of your life, you're actually just starting a brand new book and a brand new chapter that has endless opportunities. So it's shit, but it gives you hope.
Never understand what I did to deserve you to win. What I did to deserve this much disrespect and this much hurt. It's my husband. She can't love me. She can't respect me. I just I feel like I'm mourning. I'm not only mourning him, and like mourning the person that he was, but I'm mourning the family that we built, and I'm mourning the children that I thought I was going to have, and I'm mourning the all my family.
She got alpha widowed. The opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. If her eyes get wet, so does her cooch. She wanted to be with a top shelf guy, so she has to deal with the fact that a lot of women do too. And sometimes, the best thing to do is to be blissfully ignorant. If he's paying the bills and not bringing any bitches home or having unwanted pregnancies, then there's no issue. Her ego got the best of her and she fucked around and found out. She found out the hard way that there's way more of her than him. This is what happens when women get in a relationship with a man they're underqualified for. Instead of worrying about what he was doing, she should have worried about how to make his life better, how to make him a better meal, how to make him fully relax by giving him a full body rub after work, how to make him not want to cheat by draining his balls every chance she gets. That's it. If she's going to give him a BJ after every sandwich, he's going to fall asleep and be too tired to cheat. Top comment says, "Oh no, consequences." And someone responds, "Hey, need to understand that a relationship is not the butterflies. It's a commitment and staying together is work." Yeah, they think a marriage is some fairy tale and it's not, especially since a 304 cannot be domesticated. Marriage is only great when the woman is traditional and has a low and obviously no body count. Talk to the passport bros. They're having a blast with marriage. One of the best decisions they've ever made. Another comment says, "Husband doesn't respect wife. He cheats, she catches him, divorces him, and regrets it. She just seems upset it did not work out." The top 10% men can strong-arm modern women and cheat on them, because there will always be another desperate one to take the last thought's place. These women act like trash so they get treated like it. Some dude comments, "I wonder if posting these videos is good therapy for these gals. I think it is good they can vent somewhere." Let's be real. These clout chasers are doing a community service. Hopefully a high school girl sees it and doesn't make the same mistake. Hope you gents enjoyed these train wrecks. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.